Okay, list processing. So by now you should have a good understanding of lists. In functional programming, although you can do it differently, but in functional programming, it's good practice to keep the contents of a list to a single data type. So have it all integers, all strings, whatever. It's due to the fact that you're going to use these as inputs for other functions, and it gives it a consistent application to how it's going to be run. If you've got lots of different data types in a list, it's one way that can cause some issues with functional programming. So best practice in functional programming to keep lists to a single data type. Now, you need to be aware of the main process that can be carried out on a list. We've gone through some of the main functions in the last 3 videos, but there are loads of things you can do to a list. Now, the top two that I've listed here, so identifying the first element in the list, which is known as the head of the list. So the head of the list is the first element. Every other element other than the first element is known as the tail of the list. So the tail of the list is not the last item in the list. It's not the last item. It's everything other than the head. Okay, now the reason I'm just highlighting that twice is I've seen that in exam questions. So the head is the first element in the list, and the tail is everything other than the first element in the list. So check if there are any elements in the list. Find out how many items are in the list. Add an item to the beginning of the list, add an item to the end of the list, add an item in the middle of the list, delete an item from the list. You get the idea. These are all things that you should be able to process on a list. Some of them you've done in the past. The key one is the top one, understanding what the head of the list is and what the tail of the list is.